Welcome back to Faster Than Light. It's been a little while since I've played this game, despite my intentions to play it on a regular basis. I haven't actually played it since the last episode I recorded, which I believe is a bit over a week ago now. As you've probably noticed, I've been a little bit absorbed in XCOM and Dark Souls, but I haven't lost the desire to play this rare gem of a roguelike. In this instance, I've decided to go ahead and name everyone and the ship ahead of beginning the recording. So as you can see, we've got the Federation cruiser, Fighting Trousers. We have Aavak, who will probably be at the helm. Dapper Jester as our Mantis, who will almost certainly be on weapons, and later our boarding party. Psych 360, our Rockman. He will probably be working on engines, and again later, possibly a boarding party. And Johnny Marr as our NG, an all-round mechanical guru. He shall be working on shields. As per the rest of the Let's Play, we will be playing on normal difficulty. So we'll get 25% bonus to our score, and the scrap rewards from enemies will be lower than on easy. So, let's just have a quick look at the available achievements to see what we might be able to unlock. Right, so if we this will only be possible in the first part of the game, or after we've got very heavily upgraded shields. The Master of Patience. If we can destroy an enemy without taking any damage to the hull, using only the artillery beam, we'll unlock this. Diplomatic immunity. We'll need to have use our crew in 4 special blue events by Sector 5. Now, we do have a good selection of crew here, so that may be possible. And then finally, Artillery Master. Get Sector 5 in the Federation cruiser without upgrading our weapon systems. Now that will be interesting. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see how the Federation cruiser Fighting Trousers makes it across the galaxy. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next, but get to the exit before the pursuing Rebel fleet can catch up. Tip: ion weapons. Depower and lock a system for a time. If they hit the enemy shields, they'll deal their stun damage directly to the shield system. The fact that they pass that through to the shield system is possibly one of the best advantages they have. Now let's get our crew to their relative areas. Power up our weapons and engines to full, and let's begin. Right at the start, we've got a store. No point in going there just yet. Though I do fancy moving through the nebula. We'll have more systems to visit if we don't. So it is a bit of a choice. What we could do, I think, and what we will try to do, is hit this nebula, move along. Hopefully we'll be able to branch up. Maybe by 4 systems the rebels will be on the screen, but we'll be halfway across the sector by the time they even show up. So that'll give us some time to explore the rest of these beacons. However, as with all nebulas, there is an element of risk in trying to do this. It's hard to see why, but this beacon is apparently a tourist destination. One of the ships at the small station is offering a deal. They'll give 4 fuel for 4 missiles. That is a phenomenal deal because we don't have anything to use the missiles on. And 4 fuel this early in the game means we don't have to worry for a while. That is a great start to this Let's Play. I knew naming the ship the Fighting Trousers was a good idea. Now, let's continue exploring. We'll explore the whole nebula if we can. Black market weapons trader spins your tale of the dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. And we can't buy an unknown weapon for 65 scrap. And I mean, they're going to be a tough opponent. They've got a drone control. Dare we take them on? I think we will. Let's go for their drone control. We've got auto fire off. Ooh, this is going to hurt. Okay, they've knocked out a few of our systems. Let's get in there and get that back online if we can. Oh dear. Okay, this may have been a terrible idea. I need you to help get that back online. That drone is wrecking this ship. And we just do not have anything online to deal with it. We've got to breach missiles. Everything is going wrong. Fighting trousers was a terrible idea. What have I done? If this... Wow. A part of me is thinking, oh well, I may as well just start again and begin the recording anew. And another part of me is like, I should keep this as a record for future generations of how you shouldn't play this game. Wow. 37. Let's just go ahead and start again. Fighting Trousers was a stupid name. It wasn't really. It was awesome. I'm going to pick it again. We're not going to let one horrible, terrible, absolutely hilariously embarrassing mission stop us from trying this. We'll just have everyone back the same way they were before. So much for my attempt to off-screen this bit. That was amazingly bad. Officially, if that happens again, I'm going to term this name absolutely cursed. It should never, ever be used ever again. Oh, I forgot to put the space in there. There we go. Now, let's just pretend that horrible thing didn't happen. This was actually clearly a dream. It's one of those dream sequences at the beginning of everything. I won't bother reading this again, but I will go for the tip. Beams. Beam weapons do damage based on the number of rooms they hit. Each shield bubble will block 1 damage of the beam. It's best to use beams when their shields are down, which we already knew. Now, that was clearly just a horrible nightmare that Aavak had the eve of this mission. You know, lying in his captain's quarters, tossing and turning, thinking of all the terrible, worst things that could possibly happen to his ship when they launched. And now we're actually awake. The dream is over. He's mopped his brow. Nightmare is forgotten. Because he's got a job to do. Now, let's get to that job. And never speak of what just happened ever again. Let's visit this distress beacon. You follow the distress beacon to a small asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the shield. They message you, "Help, our shields are down and I don't know how much longer we can last." We can try to shield them with our ship and escort them out of the asteroid field, or don't risk the ship. But we have to. I think it's only right that we should do this. You succeed in preventing them from being entirely destroyed, but your ship took a number of hits in the process. They offer some of their scrap and fuel they were mining out of the asteroid as thanks. That's actually not too bad. That's much more scrap than we'd need to repair that damage, so we came out on top. And, as usual, we'll go ahead and upgrade that as the first thing we do. Now then, let's make our move down towards the exit. There's plenty of beacons to explore on the way. Oh, goodness. You arrive in an asteroid belt to discover that a rebel automated scout has been stationed here. Prepare for a fight. Doesn't look particularly powerful, and it has no shields, so let's go for their weapon system. If we can keep their weapon system down, then we should be fine. This is going to hurt, though, when they fire. Okay, they're going to be just wiped out by the asteroid belt there. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, and 12 scrap. Now we have to wait for our engines to charge. It's rare that we should win a fight this fast. Oh, dear me, what was I thinking? I should have let the artillery beam do that fight. It's probably the only time that we would have gotten a good chance to do it. Damn it! Okay, let's jump out. And we'll go to this one because it seems to border more beacons than the others. You arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. I'm wondering what those faint life signatures are. Possibly alien spiders, but let's go and have a look. All around you is the stench of death and decay. The life sign reading must have been malfunctioning because you doubt anything could be alive in here. You quickly return to the ship. Okay. I'm not even sure if that was actually a success result from that random event or just a neutral result, but we'll count it as a success. Let's move on. There's a store there, but we've got nothing really to spend. Though, let's jump back here, and maybe we'll pick something up that we can then spend in the shop. You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers you labourers for cheap. Looks like he's got beam weapons mostly, and an ion weapon perhaps? We're certainly not going to be able to buy anything, so we're going to attack him. Yeah, it looks like that's an ion weapon. We'll go for the weapon system. Oh, damn it. He's possibly... Oh, thank goodness we managed to take out his beam weapon before he could bring it back online. So before he could really use it to take advantage that our shields were down. That could have been nasty. I think we'll just focus this fight on keeping their weapon systems offline. You surrender. Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll die anyway. That is exactly why we keep attacking you. If you guys would stop offering slaves as tribute, you would definitely get attacked less often. Oh, you cheeky little bugger. Right, we've got Nicola. The Mantis. So, we've got 2 Mantis now, which will probably work on our boarding parties. As for the ship, let me just check, how much does it cost? 30, we're going to need about 50 scrap to bring our artillery laser beam up to the 2nd level. Right, there's nothing else for us to do here, let's move on. Unfortunately, we didn't get any scrap. I think we can afford to try and jump to 1 more beacon before jumping to that store. Once you arrive, your screen lights up with warnings. A nearby pirate seems to have advanced hacking tools, and they have tried to shut down your engines. Your crew managed to keep them barely operational, and you move into attack. You filthy swines. We've got 2 missile systems. We need to take these guys out quickly. We cannot afford to try their artillery beam. Incoming! Ouch! Taking everything down but 1 of their systems. Right, get over there quickly. And there, you get there as well. Oh, thank goodness they missed. We should have our shields back online shortly. I mean, their missiles ignore our shields for the most part anyway, so... Thankfully, they've got a Mantis trying to repair that, which isn't going to do them well. And there we go. Artillery beam for the win. Got 1 fuel and 8 scrap. It's not very much considering the damage they did, but we'll just have to work with it. And, interestingly, that the oxygen room didn't depressurize. Let's just move some power to the medbay, though. Make sure everyone's in tip-top condition. I'll actually have Nicola stationed in the medbay, because it seems quite central, so they'll be able to respond to any need for additional repairs faster from there. Right, let's go to the store, because this will be the last opportunity for us to do so. Space station here is a travelling merchant who shows you his wares. I would actually take one of these if I could, but it doesn't appear that we've got that option. So we'll do the best we can. That's just to fix everything up. And while we're here, we could buy some more fuel. It is generally worth picking up fuel whenever you can, so yeah, we'll take all we can. We'll empty their stores and move on. It's really doesn't make much difference if we go the high road or the low road. But I'm going to take the low road. You receive a request. All of our military ships have been destroyed or damaged during the rebellion. Got a little bit of a frog in my throat. I'm just going to take a sip of drink. However, there have been reports of a Mantis war camp only a few jumps from us. Can you help? We'll do what we can. You've given us 17 scrap and added a quest marker to our map. Well, that's quite far away. We may be able to do it. We'll jump to this distress beacon and then try and work out how likely it is we'll be able to get back to the exit in time. If it doesn't look like we'll be able to, we'll disregard and move on. Once you arrive at the location of the distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire, and we can't pilot the course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? Yeah. Lead them to their destination, assuming it's on our way. Take this bit of scrap as a down payment. We'll use your jump signature to follow you. You're really helping us out. I know. We're awesome. Ah, what a tough choice. One or the other. I'm afraid it's most... Looking at how fast this is advancing, I don't think we'd have enough time to get up there, because by then the next advance would be here. And then we'd have to jump back to this beacon, and then to there, so they're bound to... The rebels are bound to have taken over the exit beacon by then. However, assuming this quest beacon can link to the exit node, which is a reasonable assumption, I think, we should have enough time, so we'll go for this one. You escort the ship to the requested beacon. Much to your dismay, you are ambushed by a rebel ship. You walked right into their trap. Oh really? I think it is you who have walked into my trap. I wanted to kill you anyway. For your precious, precious scrap. And that defense drone is going to do no good because I don't have any missiles. And it's not a defense drone Mark II, so it can't shoot down my lasers. We'll go for the drone control now. Actually no, we'll go for the helm. Reduce their ability to dodge. And now the shields. Oh, actually, they brought their weapon system back online, so we'll go for the weapon system instead. They don't have very long. As soon as this is charged up, I fancy it'll really ruin their ship. Again, actually, having thought about it, this would have been a good opportunity to use that laser. They didn't really have much damage potential. It's a shame I didn't think of it, honestly. 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 17 scrap. Not a bad haul. Not a bad haul indeed. 2 more scrap and we'll be able to reduce the time on our artillery beam. So let's go ahead and jump to the exit node, and then following that we'll jump out of this sector. You've arrived at the long-range jump beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump up to the next sector, though you'll probably have to fight something first, because that it seems to always be the way. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Ooh, good, I like these ones. Intervene to defend the outpost, and hopefully get given some fuel as a reward. No shields. What types of weapons? I think that's a heavy laser. It is. That is a heavy laser. I'm going to try and wait for the artillery beam. This may be the last chance we get. Damn it, stop taking that down. Okay, you are both needed in there right now. Close those doors. Taking a pounding for this achievement. I hope it's worth it. That's not what I wanted to do. Get in there. What the... Ah, man. Right, we've taken out most of their systems with that. Right, you two... Let's check. Everyone else is healthy. We're just gonna let you heal up a bit. Our artillery beam is almost ready to fire again. The good thing about these particular drones is because they don't have men on board, they have an enormously long time to repair any system. Though it does happen, As you can see there, that laser's back online. I'm not sure which one's going to fire first. Hopefully us. That didn't matter. We're okay. There we go. We've unlocked it. Master of Patience. That was not really worth the pounding we took for it, but it's one step closer to unlocking the second loadout for the ship. The outpost hails you after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for the help. We've been harassed non-stop by those scouts. Those swine. They might have been after your tea, to be honest. You've got 3 fuel. That's not too bad, and 14 scrap. Actually, taking that into consideration, the secondary payment, that probably did bring us out on top. And the first thing we're going to do is that. There we go. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and jump to the next sector. We've got a Zoltan control sector and a civilian sector. I'm not really sure what the difference would be between them, but the civilian control sector leads to hostiles, primarily. In fact, this map is mostly hostile. That's really bad. No matter which way we go. However, in the interest of the chance of finding the Slug Nebula, which is like the Slug's version of a homeworld is in a nebula, we will go down here. I think so. The Zoltan control sector. You arrive in Zoltan space. From what you've heard, they anticipate the coming war and made preparations to hold their borders. Very well. Let's hope that they recognize that we're not the rebels. And, well, I guess it doesn't really matter to them. They're all for peace. So, rebels or Federation, we're just barbaric warring cultures that are probably going to bring their peace and enlightened civilization to ruin. You jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, its NG escort takes you for the attacker and retaliates. They refuse all hails. Damn it, NG, what? You fools. They've got a similar set of weapon systems. We're going to go for their shield. We want to take that out. Thankfully, this is going to be up much sooner, this fight, so hopefully we're going to be able to do some decent damage. Please bring the shield online. No. Damn it. Keep missing that last shot. Alright, this is starting to get a bit nasty now. In the pursuit of that last achievement, we are making this a bit hard on ourselves. Okay, the shield is almost fully down. I don't think we need to jump, but we do want to keep the pressure up on them. Now we want to go for their weapon system now that the shield's down. The next shot will kill them though, so. It's a pain in the bum that they managed to do so much damage to the ship. We get 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 20 scrap. It's actually not a bad haul. The fire's out, so we'll get the oxygen pressure back up, but our hull is really bad. The first shot we find, we really need to spend pretty much all of our scrap there. Let's go ahead. Oh, can we upgrade anything? It's going to take 50, probably 60, 70. Probably looking at 80. 100 or 105 scrap, all told, to bring second layer shields. Not really what I want. But have a look. We could continue upgrading this over time. I'm just not sure. We want to soon upgrade our O2 on our med bay, regardless of what we do. But for the time being, we'll just continue looking. Oh, store. Of course, yes. Let's go straight there and spend all our scrap repairing. Mantis crew here is hunkered down in the abdomen of a long-dead space whale. I imagine their base stinks. Healing beam, breach bomb. Oh, that's actually quite nice. We can't afford it though. only here for this. I really wish they would allow you to partially repair. But that will do. We don't have anything to sell, no. Okay, let's move on. We're in a bit of a better situation now. Of course, we're going to check out this distress signal. We are the Federation after all. Haha, I knew someone would fall into our dastardly trap. Dastardly. That's awesome. I like you guys already. I imagine you're on your ship wearing top hats, monocles, smoking a pipe, possibly wearing fighting trousers. It appears this distress beacon was nothing but a decoy for a pirate ambush. They've got a fairly nice ship. They've got a slug on board. 2 heavy lasers and a missile by the looks of it, so our primary concern should be taking down their shields and hitting that weapon system as a matter of priority. Incoming! Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Alright, get in there and help. Okay, we've got a breach. Down there and fix that up, please. Okay, we're at last through their shields. It's going to take a lot, I think, to wear them down fully. Ah, I probably wasn't even firing my gun. I was too focused on other things. Okay, we're recovering now. I don't think they're going to be able to threaten us too much now. We won't jump. But again, we've lost a lot of our hull. But probably not very much gain. While they're fighting that fire, they're not repairing the system. Okay, cool. I was going to say, while they're fighting the fire, you can afford to target other systems on the ship because they're not going to be actively repairing because they have to put out the fire first. You got 19 scrap. We use up much more hull than 19 scraps worth, though. Another store we could go to. However, I'm favouring jumping back and then to the store. Gives us a little bit more time to pick up some scrap, I think. Despite their precautions, pirates have begun to harass the local Zoltan settlements across this sector. One such pirate spots your ship and moves in. Why? Don't you know who I am? Can you not see my tie? You fools. They don't have much in the way of weapons, but we don't need to worry about that. The achievement now, so we can just lay into them as much as we want. Though I need to remember to have Aavak go and heal himself after this fight. In fact, he's quite badly wounded, so let's get that online. Right, we killed their Zotan. We'll go for... No, we'll keep going for their weapon system. There we go. Oh, 3 fuel, 1 missile, 16 scrap. I seem to have forgotten to turn on the med bay. Does anyone need healing? Yes, they do. Okay, let's get all of these 3 guys healed up. Psych, the lumbering madman. Takes the longest to get there, but thankfully he was the least hurt, so it all worked out well. Let's have a look at their skills. Psych's actually not doing too bad. He's even got some repair skill. Johnny Marr doing quite well with the shields and repair skill as well, much like Psych. Dapper Jester, good on weapons. Aavak, good on helm, a little bit of repair skill, and Nicola, tiny amount of repair skill, but being a Mantis, I guess that's to be expected. But we're coming up towards the 30-minute mark now, so we're going to end the episode here. We're not doing so well with the hull, so when we start the next episode, we're going to have that characteristic klaxon going off. Oh joy. But we're starting to get up in scrap. Got plenty of fuel, much more than we need at this stage. Lots of missiles, though nothing to fire them. Some drone parts, again, no use. And generally speaking, we're in a good position. In fact, in the next episode, I think we'll jump to this point and then to the store. And we might be able to completely repair the hull. So, join me in the next episode to see whether we jump into a sun or an asteroid field for my hubris before we go to the storm, or whether we do actually manage to repair the whole ship. And then we'll continue on our way through the Zoltan sector and see if that nebula we spotted on the sector map is a slug nebula or not. So until next time, do take care.